I'll wait for my little announcement as more people propagate into the show. Thank you very much for tuning in today. I will be answering questions. I expect, since every live show I've ever done has incredibly complex and amazingly detailed, intricate questions about Sasquatch, that I'll be answering those today. We will have hundreds of people asking questions pertaining to the subject of Sasquatch, outdoors, wilderness, specifically about Sasquatch. I am a full-time Sasquatch researcher. My name is Todd Standing, and Vlad the Impaler, welcome. So I am the man who takes people out into the field and has them either live interact with or eyewitness Sasquatch. Don't take my word for it. Ask Paul. Paul, we are 10, not even weeks anymore. It's a week and a half away from our incredible expedition. Paul, oh my God, things are going so good this year, my friend. So it looks like, so Neah Bay is where I'm going. It's Washington State Peninsula. You could look up on a map. It's the very top, northwest corner of the United States, the very, very top. When you look over across the bay, you see Vancouver Island, a habitat I'm very experienced with. Had a tremendous amount of success in Vancouver Island with Sasquatch. John Benenagel lived there because, as a biologist, he knew that the most ecological likelihood of a Sasquatch thriving in an area would be in Vancouver Island. Vancouver Island is literally uh, one of the most abundant places on the whole planet, with vegetation, water, sunlight, access to the ocean, which is salmon and clams and mussels and fish of all kinds. Besides, you get the elk and the deer and all the abundance of life on land with berries that are growing in a huge, incredible growing season. So when I go to Neah Bay, I'm very aware that I'm in the ecological capital of planet Earth, where things grow like potatoes, broccoli, carrots, cauliflower, plums, apples, um, pears, nectarines, peaches, all grow there in abundance. There's certain like tropical things like pineapples don't grow there, avocados don't grow there, but those are really the hardy foods, like like the ones I just spinach, broccoli, carrots, cauliflower, vegetables all grow. They don't grow in tropical climates. They grow in these areas, and that's why John Benenagel chose that spot to live and dedicated his the end days of his life, the last decades of his life, devoted to the discovery of Sasquatch. And so I'm going right across the bay, I guess you'd call it, right across the channel to Neah Bay with the Makah native people. Paul should be very excited about this. Um, so I'm bringing for the first time ever my children to Neah Bay because I've made a covenant with these indigenous native people there that as long as there is any bit of Todd Standing in this world, which means my children, my grandchildren, my great grandchildren, we will go to Neah Bay and have bonds and connections there every year. So my son is going to do stuff at the school in Neah Bay, which is very exciting because, man, did I get lessons from Neah Bay. I'll talk about it. I've talked about it a little bit in the Neah Bay kind of documentary that I've done. And the high school students that taught me about Sasquatch, the story of Sasquatch in the high school that makes people don't bully because there's Sasquatch up in the hills. So I'm not going to get into that story today, but it's absolutely amazing. So I'm I'm literally my daughter and my son are going to Neah Bay with me this year, and that will they are so much like me. They have so much similar in common with me. They're like little. My daughter's a little mini female version of me, and my son is just like a. He just loves what I love. He will not likely be a Sasquatch researcher. If he is, it'll be way later in life. He'll delve into that. But they love biology, they love plants, love the animals, and they're going to connect deeply to Neah Bay. And when my time has come in the next century, when I pass on, um, they will continue that relationship with these amazing people who have deeply taught me so many lessons in the biology, in the spirituality, in my soul. It's been an incredible journey. This is probably my fifth year there, I think. So the expedition there is absolutely a gift. And I always try to have people come out there, especially you, Paul, because you live in Oregon, which is very close to Neah Bay, to where these people live on the Olympic Peninsula. And I would encourage you to have your own relationship. There's no two ways about it. These people will separate you. They will get a hold of you. They will, see who you truly are as you expose yourself to them, and you will grow and expand. And then there's also, of course, the Sasquatch, which is why we're primarily there. But is it why we're really doing this? It's about connecting to nature, and you cannot connect to nature without connecting with the apex species in nature. So that's why I really question. So Joe Rogan talks about me once in a while. He calls me the Canadian guy that brainwashes people to believe Bigfoot is real, which it is what it is. I would take Joe Rogan's ass out and show him a Sasquatch in 5 seconds. Like, that would be such a done deal. Your head would spin. But he has these experts on, alleged wilderness experts, and I really question your level of expertise in the wilderness if you don't know Sasquatch exists. In fact, I'm going to be transparent. I don't think you're that guy. If you can't see the forest through the trees, if you can't see that the Sasquatch, the forest, if you can't see the forest people through the trees, it's because you're not special. You're not really connected to nature in a beautiful way. And I'm not, maybe I'm being a complete jerk about it, but I just don't care. I'm being honest and transparent with you. It's a lesson that I got from Sasquatch. I was in Colorado about a month ago, and I got a lesson from a Sasquatch out there. Oh yes, they came and spoke to me, and I was like blown away. I got many lessons in Colorado. What an incredible experience that was for me. That has not stopped. It just keeps expanding and growing. But that lesson was, don't be afraid to make an omelet without breaking some eggs, maybe. And then another lesson was, don't concern myself. I'm not going to hold back with my truth because of any paradigms that are within me or in other people as well. I'm going to tell the truth. Sasquatch is real. I research them. I take people out. I show them Sasquatch. I've been doing this for decades now. It's been a long time I've been doing this. And, completely succeeding. The discovery of Bigfoot is happening. I am aptly the Discovering Bigfoot Research Project. That's what my cooperation is entitled. We are literally making the discovery. So step by step, day by day, this is what we're doing. Hey, bud, hope you're feeling well. I am, Barry. Thank you for tuning in. Hello, Julie. And everybody's going to say hi here because we have this whole little Sasquatch family thing going on. That's so cool. James, thank you for tuning in today, my friend. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Andy, for moderating today. Really appreciate it. So Frank Middleton. Frank? Wait a second. Are you my Frank? Who is this? Frank here. I have to look at this. This is very important. Because Frank, so I'm kind of speechless here because I've never met Frank, but I have, that's got to be, there can't be anybody else. So I was all excited about, I'm not going to give too many details about it, but I have high-level military individuals coming out on an expedition with me. They're going to be the first men I've taken. It was supposed to be September. It's not. It's going to be June now. It'll be the first expedition over the mountain. It's not going to be deep into the backcountry because the trail is a mess. We're going to have to clean out the trail. But I'm guaranteeing at least 3 days, maybe 4, into the backcountry wilderness where I've filmed the Sasquatch, where I've never taken anybody before because I couldn't. Because it's too backcountry, it's too hard, too rough. We're actually busting that trail, and I believe this is Frank. So Frank will be one of the first human beings I've taken over that hill. And this is what's so exciting, ladies and gentlemen. Your mind should be blown. It's blown for me because I would spend 3 days jogging. Like, I would get in shape like a monster, like Navy SEAL training, breaking treadmills and ellipticals. Work of those things that were smoking. Ridiculous, phenomenal shape. I would light jog for 3 days up and over these mountains, and then I'd be in the spot for maybe a day and a half, and then I'd have to light jog back 3 days. So I was never there for more than a day and a half, 2 days maximum, where the area where I filmed Kubota, Jake, and Jane, some of my best footage, so video 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, all were filmed over there. Never been able to take anybody there. Why not? Because who's going to hike? Who's going to jog for 3 freaking days with backpacks and heavy weight, with their water and their equipment? It's just not. Survivor Men couldn't do it. Survivor Men never spent more than 4 days in a row with me. And he's not going to, he just can't do that. That's just not reasonable. So what we're doing now, though, is the trail's abandoned. Nobody's using it anymore. and we're going to open it up from the backside and go into my research area, like deep into Sasquatch habitat where everything will change. There's never been research like this. Just never. I'm going to confidently say it. So we're actually going to bust the trail open with saws, break the trail just for us secretly. And then we're going to go in there with electric motorcycles. I have e-bikes. I'm not talking e-bikes, I'm talking electric motorcycles. So it's never happened before. So it's Frank, Lewis, and I actually have, we might just maybe have a native man, a 3/4 Native American coming out, which would be awesome because he is so connected. He is so, I mean, he's native. He's an indigenous person. And if you've ever worked with indigenous people out in the wilderness, they just have a deep spiritual connection that's absolutely mind blowing. Like it's very, very, very special. And I'm honored to be able to say it. I've seen it many times. So that's very exciting, guys. And I'm gonna document the heck out of this. I'm gonna document it like I've never documented anything before because this is unprecedented, like unprecedented Sasquatch habitat. So I'm talking about the top research area in the history of the human species is the Radium Sasquatch Research Area. No one's ever had 29 plus sightings of a Sasquatch, taking people out, showing them Bigfoot, filmed them 18 times, all the stuff that I've done, been on Survivor Man, been on all these different TV shows and stuff. Always Sasquatch, always legitimate, real, live interactions and eyewitness accountings. And then we're going, so you think that's amazing. Oh, no, no, no. We're going into the heart of Sasquatch habitat where their behavior will change. See, when they're in my research area, they walk away, they move off. They have a little bit of a, they don't stand their ground. Let me just say that. They walk off. It's not like over the mountain. Over the mountain in their home habitat, you walk towards them and they walk towards you. That's why I had such significant. You say, how did I have such good success for only spending a day or two over there? Because it was incredible habitat, like unreal, spectacular stuff happened to me over and over there. So it's a very exciting change, and yeah, I'm thrilled. Is it Frank? Can you talk in here? Are you the Frank that's coming on the expedition with me? I mean, you must be. It's Frank. I don't want to be. I don't want to reveal too much about Frank, but he's one of the former military personnel that's working with me. So very, very exciting. High level military. Like, I love working. Some of my favorite people to work with are military, like Rangers, snipers, Navy SEALs, and then there's even special forces from different places around the world that I'm not allowed to talk about. But so them, and then my other favorite people to work with are welders, plumbers, carpenters, um, just these journeymen. They're so can do tough. I love these guys. Men that are out there building things and can do, putting everything together, like either maintaining, men that maintain society or build it. These men that I take out with, I just got to say, like they just blow my mind with. They're just such a can do kind of people. It's absolutely amazing. Todd, my mentor, you're looking awesome. Love the beard. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the beard's back. Again, the beard's back. The head's shaved because I've changed this year. 2025. I want 2025 to be a big win. I want to. I want to literally. I want to literally go. Remember up until 2024 how you were that way, and then that thing happened in 2025. It just created this huge paradigm shift that changed everything. And oh yeah, it was 20. I knew it was coming. It was the year that I turned 50, that my son was 15 and my daughter was 5. In this time period, so huge. Even my girlfriend Ashley was 40, and just all these fives. My sister's 45. It's 5, 5, 5, 5 everywhere. Fives all over the place. Can't be a coincidence. So I know it's not. I've been getting all this stuff. So the year of 2025, I'm ready for it. I want to do something that's just unprecedented. I want to have some kind of success that's just going to blow people's minds, and I'm very excited about it. Asking for a friend, do you know if Sasquatch have returned to Mount St. Helens area since the eruption in 1980? Well, I have never been to Mount St. Helens, but yeah, I would assume, I wouldn't know why they wouldn't. And I know there was all those, yeah, there were some serious conspiracy theories that may very well have been true about Sasquatch bodies and stuff. I heard stuff about that from legitimate, really amazing people. So, but it was all eyewitness accounting, and what can be argued based on verbal can be disputed verbally without any tangible evidence or video. It is what it is. It's very interesting stuff. Hello, Sherry. Thank you for tuning in from Kentucky. Very nice to see you. Dave Thomas, Moana. They are here in Alamoro, New Mexico. They're very real. Well, David, bigfootencounter@gmail.com. Or send me some information at discoveringbigfoot at gmail.com, and I'll give you a free photograph. Anybody, send me some stuff at discoveringbigfoot at gmail.com, and I'll give you a free photograph. Hello, John. So I was talking about Colorado, so I was in Colorado with John. Thanks for tuning in today, my friend. Very nice to see you here. I live in Yakima. That's so cool. Somebody who has a name I can't read that's in some kind of Greek, Gluti is forever or something. Yakima, so cool, right? What an incredible place. Washington, 1980. My dad was part of a I duty USMC. He had some stories about the evacuations from Mount St. Helens erupting involving Sasquatch. I'd love to hear about that. So discoveringbigfoot at gmail.com. Please, I would love to hear about what that story is, and it's incredible information. Make sure too, when you tell me your story, I'll get back to you and say, can I share it? And if I can, make sure you give me permission or not. If you want to keep it, on the lowdown, I'm cool with that too. Todd, what do you think about the people who claim Bigfoot speaks in English to them? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's not the whole point. They don't communicate like that. I don't think they would besmirch themselves with speaking English any more than they would walk on a cement trail. It's just something that these are things they don't sink to that level. It's not a good frequency for them, and I just don't see it. So, and I guess, but we also know, if you're speaking about Ontario Bigfoot or Ontario Sasquatch, he's a fraud, a fake, a liar, and a hoaxer. He's a very dishonest human being. He's dishonestly making it sound, it's Mike. Oh yeah, Mike from Sasquatch, Ontario. He's a complete liar. And if you're seeing his stuff, he's a fraud, he's a fake. I've known he was lying for years. He lied to John Bitternagel, which really upsets me. He's a dishonest human being. He's invented preposterous stories about me that are completely, like, if I didn't read them from his own platform, I wouldn't believe someone was saying such idiotic. Like, apparently I put a gun at somebody's head. Like, he's a complete fraudulent, dishonest, lying, backstabbing weasel. I don't know why he even gets he gets traction, because a lot of these Sasquatch platforms today, what they do is they just pump out information. So he comes up alleging that Sasquatch is talking to him, and it's him in the bush or his buddy in the bush. He's a liar and a fraud, and they propagate that to get viewership. That's a big problem about social media right now, is you have all these platforms, they just put out everything. Doesn't matter how crappy it is, how fake it is, they put it out there. And if you just do a little research, like Sonny Vega's a fraud and a liar. He's got Sasquatch costumes that he uses over and over. He's a complete liar. But he's actually making money, and he's never going to stop. And all these guys like Sasquatch Ontario and like Sonny Vega, these liars and hoaxers, are actually, once in a while, their video kind of goes viral because they get supported by all these other platforms. Well, if you just do a little bit of research, go to Sonny Vega's videos, and you'll see right in him, like, he's a complete fraud. The Sasquatch that was like, there was red police line tape. The police officer showed up wearing a hazmat suit and had a blue recycle bin and was picking up skulls and rib cages and plopping them in the recycle bin while this camera was on him, and a police, like, you don't believe that. I mean, that's absolutely preposterously fraudulent and fake. He does this stuff over and over. He's a liar. He's a fake. The masks that he's using, like Sasquatch Ontario, you can purchase them at freaking Kmart. Like, come on. He puts a little fur on them, but he makes money, and it's not going to stop because we keep encouraging them to do this and make money, and they become very popular. And that's just the way it is. It's part of how it is. I'm not really angry about it. It's just, I just won't be a part of that kind of manure. If I see something, if I do a review something, I'm going to be authentic to the heart and soul of me, and do a little research and spend some time investigating it so I can give at least somewhat of an honest perspective. So Hola Fleistein, that I can't pronounce. Todd, what do you think about the people who claim Bigfoot speak? Oh yeah, that we did that one. So John Hunsinger, would you like to be moderator directory? Put him on that, please. Yes. John is like like many, well, like a few expeditionaries. These people become close personal friends of mine. John knows my son. His daughter, or my daughter, gets along with John's wife like peas and carrots. So a lot of special relationships that I have the privilege of propagating because of Sasquatch. I'm saying this because people ask me, well, what do you think of Sasquatch and the crap and the garbage? I've met the most incredible men and women of integrity by doing Sasquatch research specifically. That it's been just an absolute gift in my life. I have probably 50 colleagues that it's just so personal between us. Like the relationship we have goes beyond Sasquatch, and it has to, because the expeditions are very personal. We open up about our lives and what's going on and our trials and tribulations, and it reflects back into the work that we do. So it's very, I make it that way. I won't tolerate this um, this sterile environment where everything is clean and sterilized. It doesn't work. That's not organic. So I take these people literally, when people come on expedition with me, they're literally risking their lives. How can I not respect that? These people, if I screwed up, if I made a mistake with a bear, a mountain lion, the wolves, that got them lost, caught them avalanche, there's a dozen ways these people can die. They are literally putting their lives in my hands, and I'll tell them all, John, you're going home to your wife. A father is going home to his wife or to his daughter. Like these people, I have a success rate of 100.0%. People don't get sprained ankles with me because it's personal, because I'm highly appreciative that they're taking this risk and trusting their lives with me, and that reflects back to them by me being open and transparent, honest, and good with them. And that's one of the primary reasons that we're getting success on these expeditions. And scientists that have this scientific method, it's very sterile and very plastic. It doesn't work. Like the greatest primatologists of all time, Diane Fossey and Jane Goodall. I'll tell you, I know for a fact it was very spiritual and extremely personal, their journey to discover chimpanzees and gorillas independently of each other. So yeah. Marvin says, Semper, something, FI Washington, 1980. I'm a retired United States combat veteran Marine. I'd love to hear. I got a little dirty spot on my camera here. There we go. Semper FI Washington. I'd love to hear more about it, Martin. So again, discoveringbigfoot at gmail.com. Get a free photograph. That's awesome. Yep. So Frank is the guy. So Frank is the gentleman that's coming out with me on this expedition. So, and that expedition just fell into place. So, Frank, that's my man. That's awesome. So, yeah, that's totally spectacular. So, yeah, I had a real awful thing happen with an expeditioner and his wife. A gentleman has a pancreatic issue, a serious medical issue, and so he had to bump out. So I had to maneuver all these expeditions around with these two people. I only take out 3 people at a time maximum, and worked out that this expedition opened up, and we are going, like, ladies and gentlemen, June of this year. I'm not giving specific dates. I'm going back over that mountain with these brave men, and I don't know. It's like I'm so excited. We're gonna break this trail, and it's never gonna stop. What happens is this year in these 2 expeditions, I hope to break 3/4 of the trail in and really get it all like mapped out and dialed in, where I know every nook and cranny. I'm gonna have to go up there with a chainsaw because I'm sure there's gonna be like 200-year-old trees that fell right over the trail in 4 or 5 spots. Right? That's just the nature of the beast. But once we get it open, guys, and then we get those electric motorcycles, I will literally get. Imagine how this feels to me. With no effort and with a heavy amount of supplies, I'll do in less than a day what used to take me 3 days to do, when I had to grind and hump in there with heavy weights and just bust my ass. Now I'm going to ride in there like a little princess on an electric motorcycle with 10 times as much weight as I'd ever carried before, and other men with me. We're going to go into that area, and we're going to spend, instead of 1 or 2 days, we're going to spend, what, 4 or 5 days? Are you kidding me? Like, this is unprecedented. I am so lit about this. So that's the advancement of technology. These electric motorcycles is what we required. And all the other things that fell into place because of COVID, the trail got abandoned. And I'm just like thrilled. I always need new. I need new, exciting expansion. And this is it, guys. I'm so thrilled about this. Hi, Todd. You're the man. Says, welcome home inspection services. Thank you for tuning in today, my friend. I will jog or whatever it takes, my friend. I know you will. So I am a full-time Sasquatch researcher. If you'd like to make a donation, you can visit. I would discoveringbigfoot.org gets you on the donation on the Patreon list, and the Patreon list you get photographs, and I'm going to make documentaries. This is going to be. I'm so excited about what's happening with the Patreon thing. So get involved, guys. It's really important that we have our. The Patreon puts us at a spot where I don't answer to anybody. YouTube can block me, Instagram can go to heck, and Facebook can kiss my butt. I will literally have 1,000 Patreons, and I will produce the sickest content you ever saw. Like nothing, like anything has ever been done before. There's no TV show. Expedition Bigfoot. I got bad news for you. They're not legit. That was my show, and they didn't do it with me because I won't lie, and Jeff Meldrum won't lie. So they got guys that'll lie and do hoaxy stuff and be wishy-washy. And the same thing with Finding Bigfoot. Obviously, that show was very, very fraudulent. It was literally called a snake oil production, right? That's what the production company was called for Finding Bigfoot. So it couldn't work on that. It's just one show after another, just really no integrity. Well, I'm going to do it Survivor Man style, like legitimate documentary style, not reality TV that's fake. You know, no fluff. If it happens, I film it. That's what you're going to see. It's a very exciting time for us, guys. Sasquatch deserves this research, and I'm thrilled to be able to offer it. Crypto Futures Soldiers, hello from Quebec. Oh, I don't have people on from Quebec very much. Welcome. So people are talking. Boom says Huffcake. Thank you for joining today. My great-grandmother is 100% Cherokee from Western Kentucky Trail of Tears area. I understand the connection to the land. Yeah, right? So I was talking about how just Native people, they have a special connection. I'm not jealous of things really ever. And I'm not jealous of the gifts I see these Native people have because it's really some next level stuff. I have to work really hard to achieve what they're just born with. I'm not even envious, though. I'm just so grateful. And I want to work with those people. I want to get them back out in the bush. I just love that. I'm not the guy that I just see the weakness in competition, especially when it comes to a discovery process. If we compete against each other, we're pushing like that. It's not efficient. If we push in the same direction, things move. And I'm all about cooperation, tremendously. When I take my expeditions out into the wilderness, man, I show them everything. I answer every question. I hide nothing from them. And I love that. It feels good to teach and live like that. And it feels good to be able to give back to this beautiful planet, all these wonderful things that I've been learning. And I want to make sure that when my time does come and when I am no longer on this beautiful planet, everything I learned went back, and everything I learned is out there, and it hasn't been lost. And all the dumbass stuff that I did where I nearly killed myself over and over, that never has to be repeated, because stand on my shoulders and learn from my experiences what not to do. Because I did a lot of what not to do. Just wondering, so this is Jason R. Just wondering, with the amazing proximity you're able to achieve with the Sasquatch, have you ever considered collecting scat or hair, or have this? Yes, I have collected scat and hair. It's rare, though. It's hard to do. I'll tell you this. So animals defecate only in places that are very comfortable. So when they're around my base camp or areas that I'm comfortable and I have access to, they're not comfortable. So they're moving in stealth. They're not comfortable enough to take a bathroom break so much. And if they urinate, that's different. Defecation is a place where they're comfortable, and I also know that they cover their scat up. They'll rip a hole in the moss, go, and then cover it back up. So and hair is tough. But I've done it. The problem is in this field that I've worked in, the biggest cowards I've ever dealt with are geneticists. Just absolute. I'm sure there's not non-coward geneticists. I'm not, it's not a black person broke into my car and black people are thieves. I'm not thinking preposterously like that. But probably a dozen geneticists that I've dealt with, they were all complete and utter cowards. No intestinal fortitude, no balls at all. Like nothing. They were freaking cowards. They said the stupidest crap. And they usually hang up on me when I made logical, reasonable sense. So I'm not really, hairs. I do hairs, but who's gonna, the last guy that was chirp, 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 chirp was Todd Dissetel. Very famously, he went through all my background and checked me out and then disappeared like a coward when I had DNA to show him. So it sucks. So yeah, if you've had a Sasquatch experience, thank you, Andy. Send it to bigfootencounter@gmail.com. Hello from Maine. I'd love to go to Maine. I'm excited to go there someday. Haven't been yet. Nolan says, "Hi Todd, hope all is well with you. Do you think that Radium has the highest population of Sasquatch? No, or just the most curious ones?" Well, it's the place that the Sasquatch have chosen to meet people. It's the Nikiska of Sasquatch. That means in native where friends meet. It's just the spot they've chosen. It's the spot they attracted me to. And you know, the Sasquatch are cooperative too. I see Sasquatch. I saw the Yowie send a man from Australia up to me, and I trained him what I know about Sasquatch. Then he goes back and he has all this Yowie success, right? Or he knows more about the Yowie. So I feel like this is a training ground where people in Texas can come up here, and I'll teach them all about Sasquatch, and the Sasquatch will teach them about Sasquatch, and then they'll go home to Texas and interact with the Sasquatch there. So no, I don't think population, not at all. Just standard Sasquatch population. It's not even they're curious. It's the spot where the relationships have been built, the time has been put in. Primatologists that study gorillas, it takes them 8 years before they can sit amongst the gorillas. 8 years straight. And I've been here for 12, 13 years now. And obviously I can't go sit in their group yet. I would like that. But there's real forward movement that's happened with this group. They really trust me. They really know why I'm there. And all the people that come there, they know that they're there for Sasquatch as well. But not even more curious. I think the Sasquatch are curious all over the place. But again, remember, if you go and you start studying Sasquatch in Montana, cool. Can you put the time in that I've had? Not likely. Like, this is the amount of time and effort I've put into this, guys. Oh my God. Since I filmed Jane in 2008, right? It's 2025. And that's when I filmed Jane and started building this relationship with this group of Sasquatch, coming there over and over. And I would go there probably about 6 times a year on 7-day expeditions, approximately, in 2008, 2009, and 2013. After I did Survivor Man, I think it was about, 2013, 2014, I became a full-time Sasquatch researcher. And that didn't hold. I was only able to do that for about 3 or 4 years, and I had to go back to work for a little bit. And then I worked my way out of a job to become a full-time Sasquatch researcher, which I am now. Thanks to the support of the Patreon followers, the people that watch me on YouTube, the people that have seen my documentary, and all my expeditioners, especially, right? So it's amazing, amazing stuff. But I don't think they're any more curious. Each individual Sasquatch is a different individual. One dog will bite your face off, the other dog will lick you and play ball with you and give you a stick. Dogs have different personalities, cats have different personalities, people have different personalities, and obviously so do Sasquatch. So thank you for all you do, Andy. I totally agree. Thank you for saying that, James. Marvin, my husband, was a USMC, a lot of stuff, scout, sniper. My brother is retired combat veteran, also from Afghanistan, Iraq, Somalia. That's so cool. Very, very cool stuff. Thanks, James. So that big word, Hossa Fluffenstein. The question is regards to the video of an alleged baby Bigfoot. Do you think babies crawl on hands and knees? Oh, well, they can, like humans, or move on all fours like apes. Well, they're bipeds, but they can move on all fours. Sasquatch can hit down on all fours for a short time, but it's not their natural way of moving. The smaller ones, I don't know. Have I noticed they were sneakier? You know what I've noticed about the smaller ones for sure is they're arrogant. They're kind of fearless around me. They know that Dad's over there and they're really brave. So I don't find they're so sneaky and cunning. I find they're very upright and in your face, kind of looking at you. And I was surprised how brave they were, how confident they were, and how safe they feel around me. And there's probably a lot of reasons for that. But yeah, they can crawl on hands and knees. A child can do that too, but I would say they're far more prone to be bipedal. That's their makeup. That's how they move. So they'd be much less likely to be on all fours like apes. And apes are knuckle walkers, right? I have never seen a Sasquatch knuckle walk, ever. Like, gorillas get that stance where they have their arms in front of them and they're on their knuckles, and then they move like that. I have never seen a Sasquatch, especially when they move like legitimately with agility and speed. They are not on their knuckles, man. They are upright and they use their arms and their body brilliantly to flow, very, very similar to a human being. And then again, also dissimilar because the way their bipedalism with the mid-tarsal joint and their hip movement, the way they walk in alignment, is a little bit different. And I can really notice a difference. I've been seeing 11 and 22s a lot. Okay, I don't know what that means, unfortunately. Hello, Frank. I'm super excited. I almost said something else. I'm out in the Cherokee National Forest as we speak, and I'm going hiking about 13 miles in the morning. That's awesome. Going to be getting ready for it. That's fantastic. Frank. Thank you for that. 2025, the year of Sasquatch. This is welcome home inspections. I just tell you, I just feel that so much. Todd, my dad was a Marine in Yakima in 1980. Mount St. Helens erupted, and he has some good story. I would love to hear about that stuff. Sincerely, please send me an email. I'll give you stuff in return, photos and stuff. So I would love that. Thank you. Ohio Northwest, Paul Beacon was okay. Anyways, glitter is forever. Is that what that says? Glitter is forever. I don't know what that means. Woodman 77. Hey Todd, hope you're doing well. Have you thought about utilizing thermal? I've done. I have the DJI drone, was useless, and I don't know. There's going to be, so I have some news too. Logan, who's going to have the cameras set out that are also excellent for audio recordings that were really great for us last year. They really up leveled us, and it's going to be on. There's going to be an app where you can watch the research site while I'm out there for sure, and then also at times when I'm not. But it looks like, I would say definitively, because of Bill, one of my expeditioners, he has funded a thermal camera out there, and that is going to be some next level stuff, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to put a thermal camera out in the wilderness in a specific spot that I really have to think about, because it's going to be, I'm very uncomfortable with what we're doing, and I have some more thinking to do about it. So that's to be continued, because I'm not sure where we sit with that exactly. So respect to you, respect to them and you. 2 tours of, and you're just saying respect to the military and whatnot, which is really cool. I know Oregon has actual laws against harming Sasquatch. I'm not sure about Washington. Washington has laws too. Todd, have you ever seen a flying object you can't identify? Yes. I don't really, but I'm not a UFO guy. Was it swamp gas bouncing off of Mars, or was it a UFO? I've seen some serious paranormal stuff out there with UFOs and stuff. I've had a lot of experience with that stuff, but it's not my thing. I don't do that. I just don't do that. I have no expertise there, and I stay out of it. I'm happy to say I don't know. I literally, just as an example, I was out in Nordegg on an expedition with these 2 gentlemen who were from a TV show, and they had more UFO experience than Sasquatch experience. So we're doing Sasquatch stuff and having good success. A freaking ship comes out. I don't know what the hell. I never saw anything like it. It looked like a little UFO, like a flying saucer with a bubble on top. It was flying towards us and away from us. They're like, oh my God, oh my God. You know what I did? Seriously, I had no explanation for what I was seeing. I was completely stunned, and I went to bed. Like, what are you doing? Why are you going to bed? This ship's going crazy out here. Yeah, it's not my thing, guys. If some aliens come out, and that's just not my thing. I refuse to give that direction energy. I'm not going there. I don't do that. That's a whole other ball of wax. Call somebody else. Call Stephen Greer. It's not Todd Stanning's thing. I'm not even. I just have no interest in going in that direction and pursuing that. There are people that do that, and cool, but that is not me. And I'm not going to spread myself out thin. I'm not a paranormal researcher. I'm a Sasquatch researcher, and I make that very clear. Oh, you want to come do Loch Ness? You want to come do Dogmen? You want to come do aliens? No. Well, don't you do paranormal? No, I don't. I do Sasquatch, and to me, it's not paranormal. I know it is out in society, but they're real living creatures. And most of the people I work with are vividly aware of this truth. And if they're not, they will be. So that's just what I do. That's it. A primatologist works on gorillas, and that's it. He doesn't do chimpanzees. He doesn't do orangutans. He sees the similarities and stuff. And when it's valid to his research, sure, he'll look into chimpanzees. I look into gorillas and chimpanzees and orangutans as well for the application and knowledge and understanding of Sasquatch. But what aliens? No. And people ask, this is a very good question I like to get asked, is do you think Sasquatch are aliens? Absolutely not. They are so indigenous. They are so like a bear, like a deer. Like, you put a bear in a spot and it survives there. It's because it was built by nature and designed to thrive in this ecology. And that's what Sasquatch do, naked with no tools. If there's anybody who's got alien DNA, you're looking at us, right? We do. You can't go naked in the wilderness and survive. You would die. Without technology, you're dead meat. So if you're going to say we have alien DNA, sure, and I've seen it, the Lloyd Pyle theories and all that stuff is very cool, but it's literally not my area of expertise, and I have no right. If I was talking about it, I wouldn't even be an enthusiast. Have I seen evidence and is it real? Actually, I have to sit here and tell you I've seen beyond any reasonable doubt definitive 100% evidence of alien life and alien ships. 100%. But I don't know more than that. And it's just not my area of expertise. Robert says, love your channel. Keep doing what you're doing. I'll be watching. Thanks, Todd. Appreciate your support. Thank you very much for Robert. Mosh Pit Mary question. I feel there are two types of Sasquatch: feral people, gray faces, more human, and other ones, yeah, and the other like ones you captured, or no. I think no. But I mean, your theory might hold true if the Sasquatch can breed with human beings and produce viable offspring. So maybe you're in an area, in a section where they have interbred with people more, and you're getting more of that subspecies. It's a very complicated question, but no, gray faces, more human. I have no experience with that, and I've never seen it. Every Sasquatch I've ever seen was giant, monstrous, beastly, thick. It blows my mind. It's really hard for me to believe that we could breed with that species because I'm 6'3" and I weigh 220 pounds. I'm a strong, fit, pretty, very fit, strong guy, and the Sasquatch are about 3 feet taller than me. So let's say 9'3", maybe a little taller, but on average 3 feet taller, and they outweigh me by, what is that, 3 or 4 times? But so they're a third taller and 3 times heavier. So the amount of muscularity you're talking about, I think it was last week someone joked about, hey, we should put him on a football team. No, it's not funny. If you put if you put a 12-year-old Sasquatch on the football field, he would take the ball and both teams could turn on him with equipment and he would destroy them. Like, I don't think you understand the level of power that you're talking about. Like, when a human being goes out in football and dominates, he's probably like 25% stronger, which is obscene. That's incredible. You're going to dominate out there if you're 25% stronger and faster. You're going to just be the most dominant player. Unbelievable. I'm talking about a being who is going to be 2 times faster, and power wise 5-6 times stronger than the strongest dude on the field. Like, he will crush helmets. People will die versing him with no equipment on. And I've seen what they're capable of. It is literally terrifying how powerful, how strong they are, how awesome they are. And yeah, so that's saying a lot. But you watch, mark my words, as this discovery moves forward, we're going to see these individuals are clearly twice the size of a gorilla. So gorillas are 400 pounds. These guys are over 900 pounds. So more than twice the size of a gorilla. But cold weather primates. I'm deceiving you and being very conservative when I say twice as strong as a gorilla. I don't think so. I think 3 times as strong. They've got cold weather muscles. So, as an example, a black bear that's 400 pounds is way stronger, way faster than a gorilla, and would destroy a gorilla based on power, endurance. Because when you have muscle fibers that are denser, you have slow twitch and fast twitch with denser muscle tissue to generate heat to stay warm and cold. Gorillas are in tropical areas. Their muscles are much softer and much less dense in the tissue, so thereby being less powerful and having less capacity for endurance. So the Sasquatch, with that being said about the Sasquatch, they survive in really, like, -40 weather, really cold. It really doesn't really get that warm out there. You've always got glaciers or glacial water to retreat into and stay cool. So probably I can conservatively say 3 times the strength of a gorilla, and they consider a gorilla to be 10 times the strength of a man. So you do that math, and I've seen it with the structures, with the busted trees, with the lifts that they do. More than double the strength of a gorilla, conservatively. That should terrify you to hear that, because gorillas are so incredibly powerful, like obscenely powerful. So how long are female Sasquatch pregnant? I would, I would assume, based on gorillas, orangutans, chimpanzees, and humans, it's approximately 9 months, maybe 10 months. Well, they're bigger though, right? So I think gestation might be as long as 11 months, but I'm totally speculating. I absolutely have no. I've never seen a pregnant female. Never mind monitor her while she was from the time she was, you know, sexually inseminated to the time she gave birth. I couldn't tell you. Seen a story about alpha male Sasquatch that had 30 something inch footprints, was the tallest you think they get in this day 12. Oh, so that's Mosh Pit Mary. Quickly, because I've talked about this before, the Sasquatch that I've seen have human DNA in them. So they've been besmirched and they're smaller than a full blown DNA Sasquatch. So theoretically, a Sasquatch that has never been tainted with human DNA, yeah, he probably would be 13 feet tall. He probably would weigh 1,500 pounds. And actually, there's no probably about it. The greatest Sasquatch researcher I've ever had the pleasure of working with is Randy Brisson, and he said he's seen them, and I denied it. I denied, like, Randy told me 10 things, and 9 of them he proved. 10 things I totally denied, and 9 of them he proved to me. So he's almost always right. Even though I disagree with him, he's always proven me wrong, which blows my mind because he's really out there, with his theories, but he's got the evidence to substantiate that truth. So, and Randy said he's seen them. So over the past few years, I've had to come to the conclusion it's very likely that there are 13-foot tall Sasquatch, maybe even 15 feet tall, and they're going to be just so big. It's unreal how 2,000 pounds probably. So it's absolutely crazy to think about, but it's likely that does exist. I have seen no evidence of it though. Todd took a few pictures of a skunk ape in a tree in the Everglades. This is from Brett. Can I send them to you? Yes, please. No, no one, no one, or no one I've seen. No one's seen them yet. Keep up the difficult work. Yeah, absolutely, Brent. Just send them to discoveringbigfoot@gmail.com. My favorite spot right now because you automatically get a picture back. Hassel Freudenstein says, Mike, yep, Mike was the guy I was referring to talking Sasquatch. The Sasquatch voice sounded exactly like his friends on the videos. Yeah, so there's all been talk of that, right? I don't want to hate on anybody, but but what does offend me is that a good honest man, Dr. John Bernagel, was good-heartedly working with this deceitful, dishonest human being. The guy lied and hoaxed and cheated him, and that just really bothered me because I'm actually quite protective of John. John was a gentle man, and yeah, I was very protective of him. I just he was like a father figure to me. Like I have so much respect for John Bernagel. Like I can't say enough good things about him. They broke the mold when they made that man, and now he's passed on. I've never seen a human being like it. Like just good-hearted, honest, just so much integrity, so intelligent, so flowing in his energy. Like yeah, just I miss him a lot. So Fabian Arsenio says, oh, had no Brad now. Don't know what that means. Much, but Mary, another question. You never mentioned nests. I've only seen a couple potential nests in my life. I've heard of a big strategically placed nest they make. Have you seen many nests? No, very, very rare. But not to say they don't do that. Because I'm in areas where why wouldn't I see nests? Well, I'm not in areas where they're moving from one area to the next. I don't do that. I go into a habitat that has a sustained population that lives there. So it's very different from me. When I go out and I'm doing distant things and I'm looking at other spots, yeah, I've probably seen quite a few of what you call nests, like structures they build and they weave together. Yeah, I've probably seen quite a few of them. I documented a couple of them, and I could see why they were there too, because it wasn't home habitat for the Sasquatch. It was an acute area that they were in temporarily. I heard you like him, really? Okay, I don't know what that means. Hope you're all doing well. Fine evening. Boom. Thanks, Tim. What have I got here? James. Hi, Todd. Enjoy your hard work and the videos. Thanks, Tom. World Creation. Sonny Vega is a hoaxer. Yeah, he is. But again, that's a problem, right? Is he makes money and he's not going to go away. He's going to keep using those costumes. He's going to keep putting out fake stuff. And all these platforms are going to continue to support him and bump him up. And I don't know what the world needs to know the truth, says Robert. You know what? Like I agree, Robert. It bothers me that the reality of this species is right here in front of people, and it's just, what do you do? It blows my mind. The Patterson footage was real, guys, right from 1967. A real legitimate video was shot with real legitimate tracks, and most people think it was a hoax and don't believe it. Most people cannot see the forest through the trees, and that's the way the world is, right? It's gotten worse, isn't it? Now our media is more, just totally jaded and difficult to believe, and it's so much. Todd, do you know Don Keating? I do not. At least I can't think of that name right now. Love your experiences. Thank you, Lori. I love my experiences too. Sabe wants to connect with truth seekers. That is absolutely correct. That's well, Sabe means truth. Sabe means transparency. Sabe means honesty. And Sasquatch is a Sabe. That's what the Blackfeet people call Sasquatch. Call them Sabe. And they have to. They can only. You know what, Julie? I'll take it a step because you're completely right, and I totally agree with you. But the other side of it, Julie, is they can only connect with truth seekers. They can only connect with people that are flowing and have that honesty. If you're deceitful and dishonest, you've got blocks in you and you can't communicate with the Sasquatch. So it's like this brilliant catch-22 that works out for the best. So if you're not honest and truthful and you don't have integrity and love the wilderness and you're open to your wildness and exploring and growing and learning, if you're like that, you can meet a Sasquatch. And if you're not, have a nice day. You are the true subject matter expert. Thank you, John B. I appreciate that. I do have a lot of knowledge. It's been a long time I've been doing this. Tim Hafford says, hey, Todd, how do you think it would be the best way for Sasquatch to completely realize to all humankind when the time comes? I don't understand. Hey, Todd, how do you think would be the best way for Sasquatch to completely reveal to all human? It wouldn't. It wouldn't. So safer for them and for everybody else. It will never work out that way, Tim. Only people that can see the truth will discover Sasquatch. Literally, you could literally go out, like human beings have literally go, oh my God, there's a Sasquatch, and they go, oh, it was a bear that walked upright and had a busted face. The face was all busted off it, and his ears had been burned off, and his claws have been all burned off and looks like fingers. Like, they will just never stop. You cannot. You can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You can show somebody the truth, but they can deny it and not accept it. And that is the majority of people. So the best way is just keep doing what we're doing and keep moving forward with the discovery process step by step. And I'll expand my cooperation. I'll expand the Discovering Bigfoot Research Centers. I want 100 Discovering Bigfoot Research Centers across the whole world, into Russia, China, Australia, all the way down to the southern United States, up into Alaska, all through North America would be the most abundant place I would have them, where we take people out and we introduce them to nature and to their wild side and to the spiritual connection they have to this beautiful earth. And from there, when the students are ready, the human students are ready, the Sasquatch masters will appear and teach them and take them up to another level. And it'll happen the way it needs to happen, predestined. And it's not me that's making these decisions. It's literally, I'm a student of the Sasquatch, and they will show me and they understand better than I do about most things. Do you think that, this is Lori Carney, do you think the reason for them, do you think the reason for the world will not accept Sasquatch is the deity? Do you think they ever will? Yeah, I'm not really worried about what people will and what people won't. The rate at which my cooperation is growing, I mean, 29 people have seen a Sasquatch under my guidance. 60 people have live interacted with them or eyewitnessed them to the point where they know they're real. 60 human beings, separate, different human beings I've taken out and growing. Probably taken out, of the 36 people I'm taking out this year, like 10 are brand new, have never been out with me before. So it's really, really a lot. And I want to grow a lot more than we are right now, but growth is growth. I just love it. The live show is doing great, and we'll expand at the next level. Something big is going to break. I believe Sasquatch are very, very, very spiritual. I totally agree. That is absolutely true. I don't believe that either. I know that is absolutely true. And if so, I would assume they would know a lot of humans are really, really ugly inside. Yes, absolutely correct. And would probably want no part of the whole. Well, let me explain it the way Sasquatch have explained it to me. People um, that are very spiritual and beautiful and flowing and honest are lights that they can see. There's like a light in them, and they can recognize that light and attempt at least to communicate with it. Or people that are ugly inside, like and dark, they can't talk to them. The Sasquatch can't reach them because there's no light inside of them. Does that make sense? Like they can see a light and speak into the light. When there's darkness and dreariness there, or even gray there, they can't get the signal through. Light means there's a flow. And the Sasquatch have shown me this through Mindspeak, where they look around at people and even they see people who were lights becoming dark over time, or people that were dark and are becoming lights, right? So it can kind of work both ways. But that's the simplest way I could put it. So just a couple more questions. Hey, Todd, watching from Cape Breton, Nova Scotia. I'd love to go to Nova Scotia. I think I was there when I was little. And Todd is speaking 100% truth. Thank you, Julie Sean. We agree, and I'm okay with people that disagree too. The man, the myth, the legend. Oh, yes, Jeff Meldrum's not here today. We're talking about Les Stroud. Thanks, Todd. Hello from the Mojave Desert. Oh, man, in SoCal. Wow, so cool. Yeah, thanks for tuning in today. I really appreciate that. Let me give a big scroll down here. Give a big spin on the wheel. See, unknown cryptids. We'll do a couple more questions here. Way down at the bottom. Question, Todd. How far do you think Bigfoot can travel in a day? Oh, man, good question. Far. Like a bear can travel far. If a Sasquatch turned it up, like, you know what, guys? I literally don't understand. So in the ecology, you get like, just let's be simple. Like a mountain lion can blast really fast over short speeds, right? But they can't hold the endurance. Like a wolf, he can go pretty fast, not as fast as a mountain lion, but his endurance is ridiculous. He can just run and run and run. Sasquatch seem to be able to do both. They seem to be able to go very, very fast over short distances and travel long periods of time at great speed. So I don't understand. Maybe what I'm missing is maybe individuals that are really fast are not the individuals that are good long distance runners, right? And we have that with human beings. Some guys are good sprinters, some guys are good endurance. So I never even thought about that until the question was posed. But I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. This is a bold statement, and I make no apologies about it. I think a Sasquatch would have no trouble traveling 60 miles or 100 kilometers in a day through wilderness, and specifically the Pacific Northwest. Oh, even into like the Adirondacks that I've been to. Probably not glades, but yeah, I think that they could travel significant distance in a day very, very well. So star says Stroud in his videos says he's not sure about your proof. In short, Stroud is just politically correct. He's too afraid. Wait, isn't he calling a spade a spade? And Stroud says he said 50-50. I think that's a big win. He wasn't there when I filmed them, and you know it is what it is. I think that's great support, and I want Survivor Man to be politically correct. That's his job. So his job is to be the skeptic until he sees one. Les is right on par with the way for what he needs to do and how he needs to do it. And I wish him tremendous success. I've never worked with somebody in the film industry that was more honest and had more integrity ever. I aspire to be that honest and show that kind of integrity in the work that I do. Yeah, because he is so unprecedented. That's why he's not popular like Bear Grylls. Bear Grylls lies and cheats and does fraudulent stuff, and Les was always honest and always truthful. And nothing but respect for that man. He is the godfather of the way people film, like that selfie filming stuff. That's him. He did that out in the wilderness doing Survivor Man episodes. What was that, 20 years ago when we started that? Doing it in a way like it's never been done before. And yeah, people will never give him the respect he deserves for the genre of film that he invented. That's followed into like Survivor, even today with Alone, all that stuff. They're filming it in Survivor Man style, the way Les said it could be done. Because believe me, when he first did it, everybody said it can't be done. If it can be done, nobody would watch it. And he proved them wrong, didn't he? And he did it with integrity. He did it with truth. He did it with honesty. And I have nothing but absolute ocean of respect for the way he's done things. And for him to come forward and say he's 50-50, he believes my footage is real or not real. I mean, that's just an absolutely enormous compliment. But I bet if you asked him in the episodes of Survivor Man, in truth. I mean, listen to what he said on the show. Like apples are taken, big giant footprints are on the ground. He's literally on the show. First year, he goes, I'm Survivor, man. I know bird sounds, animal sounds. He goes, that's no moose, that's no bear out there. Something's out there that I can't identify. It's leaving big human-like tracks and taking these apples. And they're out here. And he knows it. And I'll tell you, honestly, he knows. He's a very smart man. He knows. But he has the integrity to stand up and say, okay, being a representative of society, I'm going to move forward conservatively because he doesn't want to, he wants to bring people that are kind of off the distance, really big non-believers. He wants to bring them on board as best he can. He does that through integrity. He does that through the methods that he's doing and taking the position that he is. But that's not Todd Standing. Todd Standing knows they're real. I filmed them, so I have a different perspective and a different angle I'm approaching from. Survivor Man to date has never seen a Sasquatch, and he certainly never filmed one. I mean, filming one. The difference between filming one and seeing one. Ask my expeditioners. It's freaking next level. So, and that's the level that I have successfully achieved because the Sasquatch have allowed for that, and because of the way I've done things and the work that I do. And we'll just continue to get success forever. I will never stop being a Sasquatch researcher full time. This is my full-time job. I will be doing this to the end of my days. I will never stop. I will never retire. As long as there is breath of life in this body, I will be a Sasquatch. Even going out there in my wheelchair with all these youngsters, I'm going to be out there. I'm going to be able to look at these youngsters out there and go kick some ass, go climb that mountain, go toughen up and get out there and get it done. You know why? Because I did. And I did it harder than you. So you can take an easier path that's more effective and efficient because I did it the hard way, but you better get your ass out there and you better get it done. And they'll listen to me and respect me because they know this general has been a foot soldier and worked his way up through the ranks. And I think that makes me a good representative of the discovering Bigfoot, of the discovery of Sasquatch. And it's my honor and privilege to have this position and to share it with all of you, with all my heart. Share it. Be grateful for the amazing questions that came on today, and give back everything I can that's been given to me. So just share it and reciprocate it, cooperate with all my heart. So thank you very much for tuning in. Of course, it'll be a live show next week again, and so much more to come. So appreciate your support. Bye for now.